Hello, everyone, and welcome to It's Real to Us, the wrestling show. I'm Anthony the Mark.
And I'm Tony the Father.
Today is April 21st, the day after WrestleMania 41, and John Cena has officially ruined wrestling, Tony.
Yeah, well, John Cena's ruined wrestling, Endeavor has ruined wrestling, and most important, Triple H has ruined wrestling.
That seems like a bit of an exaggeration, so in case you missed it, John Cena is now officially a 17-time champion after he defeated Cody Rhodes in the main event with maybe a little bit of help from Travis Scott. So we're going to talk about what we liked about the match, or maybe a little bit more so what we didn't like about the match. And Tony, I'm just going to hand it on over to you.
You know what? Night 2 was better than night 1 up until the final match, and I don't care what anyone says. I love John Cena. I'm a big John Cena fan. It didn't bother me that he won. It was how it went down. Let me ask you a question. Who did John Cena sell his soul to?
The Rock.
I thought it was Travis Scott.
No, it was The Rock.
Oh, it wasn't Travis Scott?
I mean, maybe it was Travis Scott adjacent to The Rock.
Where was The Rock? That's my point. What happened
to
The Rock? What is he doing in Hawaii? That's where he's from. What, was he surfing? We saw The Rock the night that John Cena sold his soul. The Rock gave him the message, and he hit Cody in the balls, and then he did a vanishing act. He's the invisible Rock. He's gone.
He's gone.
So I thought last night when Travis Scott, his big 140-pound body came down to the ring to beat Cody Rhodes and to deflect. What the fuck was that? That was 5 minutes of waste of my time. Not only was that match slow, it was one of the slowest matches I've ever seen in the history of WrestleMania. It took about, this is John Cena swinging his arm. Ooh. And they were like, ooh, ducking like this. I felt like I was watching The Matrix. It was so slow. That was the worst match I've ever seen Cody Rhodes wrestling. Go back and just watch Cody in that match. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to react. Everything was in slow motion. So then when we saw Travis Scott come down to the ring, take about 5 minutes to get there, and where was The Rock? Nowhere to be seen. And Travis Scott now is this big distraction. Cody Rhodes has got to worry about 140-pound Travis Scott interfering in the match. Give me a break. The match was garbage. That's WrestleMania Night 2. That's your main event. Put that on. Opening match, SmackDown. That's all that was. That match stunk. And it wasn't that John Cena won. It's how it went down. Since he sold his soul to The Rock, ever since then, it's been garbage. Think about the promos we had overseas. It was like a soap opera. I watched the first night, and I could watch the last night. Oh, yeah, I remember that from the other day. They're doing the same thing. It was a joke. The whole way they handled that was terrible. And Triple H, that's on you. And I'm sick of Triple H. In his stupid press conferences, he comes out, this was one of the best WrestleManias ever. We sold it. Oh, I want to just applaud all the people backstage and everybody that had a handle in this. And, well, this went down great. I got no regrets. Oh, and Travis Scott, he gave his heart and soul to this. You're a propaganda machine. That's all you are, a propaganda machine. When someone can sit there with a straight face and look you in the eye and never admit they do anything wrong, never admit they make a mistake, it's always positive, positive, positive. That's a person that's propaganding, wanting to brainwash you as a fan. And thank God there's people like me and there's other people out there that feel the same way. Triple H should have said, you know what I would have did if I was Triple H? First thing I would have said, you know what? We dropped the ball this Mania on a couple different things, and I just want to go over a couple things we could have did better. That's what you should have did. But no, everything was perfect. It was the best WrestleMania. Everything's wonderful. Everybody loved it. It's the best. We are the world. That was the worst WrestleMania main event I've ever seen.
No. We've had
a main event? Give me a main event that was worse than that. That was the main event.
Yokozuna, Bret Hart, WrestleMania 9. We watched it. It was horrific.
Not as bad as that?
That 100% was worse than that. But let me talk a little bit. Let's give a little bit, some of the positives. The Avalanche AA was cool. How I guess there's not really too many positives now that I'm trying to actually
All right,
think about
but
it.
let's just back up. Without anybody in his corner, The Rock, he took the title over Cody Rhodes.
Cena for the last 7 years has been coming up just short because he hasn't been willing to do what is necessary to win the title. And he stopped doing all of that at Elimination Chamber. This is his first singles match since turning heel. It's not a crazy story, but I am excited for the idea of John Cena ruining wrestling. The story that we're going to see over the next handful of months. So although maybe you don't like the match and you don't like the build-up, I think what we're going to get going forward is going to make Cody Rhodes an even bigger star going forward.
You know what? It's not John Cena ruining wrestling. It's Endeavor ruining wrestling. It's Triple H ruining wrestling.
Triple H isn't ruining wrestling.
Commercialized. That's it. We watch Monday Night Raw. How many people are in our stream and they get millions of commercials, right? It's all about money. They go overseas 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks right before WrestleMania. That's where you're supposed to build up the stories, but they're overseas getting paid. Then they put WrestleMania back to Passover and Easter weekend because they were making money overseas and they wanted to have time coming back to build it a little. It's all about them with the money. That's all it is. Last night at that arena, there's another thing I want to make a point right now. Cody Rhodes was booed more than I've ever seen him booed. Is that correct?
The last couple of nights, Cody's been booed a decent amount. The crowd was definitely behind John Cena.
Wait a minute. At that arena. I've never seen Cody Rhodes get booed so much. He's the most over person, the biggest baby face. He was booed. You know why he was booed? Because most of those fans around that arena, around that ring, those were all corporate tickets.
No, they're not.
60,000
people were there.
I'm not saying
You're
that,
saying 60,000 tickets?
Saying,
the majority of people there were rooting for Cena.
Did you see right behind?
I was rooting for Cena, but that's not because I dislike Cody.
Did you see the camera, on the camera side, the show, they were showing that one angle all the time, the whole night. Go back and look at it. Everybody in that area was pro John Cena. There wasn't one Cody Rhodes fan there.
A lot of people, myself included, wanted to see history. They wanted to see what a heel John Cena title run will look like.
Let me explain something. The point I'm making.
He did get booed. I'm not trying to say he didn't.
The point I'm making. Those tickets that were around that ring were all big money tickets. The average wrestling fan like you and I.
Dude, it doesn't matter. You're getting fixated.
A minute. No, I'm not. Let me finish. Cannot afford a seat like that. Those people there weren't wrestling fans, a lot of them. They were fans of, what are we doing tonight? We got WrestleMania tickets? Okay, good. Where are we going for dinner when we're done? That's the problem I'm saying. It's becoming too commercialized, and it's becoming too much where you don't get those true fans there. That's
not
why you
true
saw
at all.
the boos.
That's a disservice to all of the fans I know who went to that show. There are a ton of wrestling fans who went to Vegas. Internationally, a bunch of people flying to Vegas. Of course, you're going to have like celebrities, the George Kittles, and all the big names who are getting gifted tickets. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what attributed to Cody Rhodes getting booed. I think Cody got booed because people wanted to see history. They want to see John Cena as a heel being champion. Now, it wasn't a good match.
Okay, but why?
Hold on, wait a minute. The lack of The Rock being there, the lack of surprises, that's what took away from the main event. You look last year, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, you had Endgame. You had every single big wrestler, The Undertaker, The Rock, John Cena, both Usos. Everybody showed up. And then this year, we only got Travis Scott. So I think that's why you were upset.
No, you go back to he got booed because people want to see Cena win. Up until they were in Las Vegas the last couple of days, Cody Rhodes did not get booed like that. He was only booed in this arena, in this setting, where these tickets are all being sold. That's where he was booed. The point I'm saying is that a lot of these people that were rooting for John Cena know about John Cena, know about maybe who he is from his movies, from everything else. He's more of a celebrity figure than a wrestler. And they take that into account. When you go to a Knicks game, all the court tickets, they're all celebrities, people with money. They might not even be fans. They're just, what are we doing tonight? We're going to a Knicks game? Okay, let's go. I bet you there was a lot of people there last night, casual fans. This might have been their first time they were at a wrestling match.
I disagree.
WrestleMania
is all about the hardcore fans, all about it.
Not when it comes to this money. The most hardcore fans can't afford $10,000, $5,000 seats. Do you ever go to a wrestling event? I've been to a million of them. The pay events, those people are like us. They're not filthy rich, and they're not sitting in the Knicks game, and they're not behind home plate, and they're not at WrestleMania in the front row. Those are all VIP seats that are sold. Big corporations now. Everyone out there knows in the last year and a half, 2 years, go to a wrestling show. Those prices are going like this. They're going out the roof.
Okay, but we're talking about the main event of WrestleMania. We're not talking about the wrestling tickets and prices and the fans booing them. We're talking about the match itself. So
Yes, but this is all tied together. It's more of a corporation now. It's about how much money we can make doing what we're doing. They don't care about the product they're putting out. Everybody knows wrestling, the outcome of the match is always predetermined. I don't want to see something that I'm sitting there and I know it's like, what the hell is this garbage? Make it a little more real.
So you didn't buy into Cena's
I
race?
didn't buy nothing into Cena. Did you watch him in the moving around in the ring, how he's trying to carry himself? The guy, I love John Cena to death. His time is past. He's not the guy that's going to be in the ring putting on a good wrestling show.
But that's how he's ruining wrestling, and that's the story they're going to tell you. I am going to cheat. I'm going to give you very mediocre products, and I'm going to ruin wrestling.
But he can't ruin wrestling without help from people like The Rock, from other wrestlers. It's too stupid. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It looked idiotic last night. Me as a wrestling fan, I'm looking at it, and I know some people that watch for the first time, they're watching wrestling, and they're like, I'm not watching this no more. It's so stupid. You made it too unrealistic. I want it to be a little more real. Hey, John Cena won, and you know what? He looked good. He looked okay doing it. He didn't look okay doing it.
No, he didn't look great.
He looked horrible. He sold his soul. That was the story that we were buying into. The Rock is going to make sure that John Cena gets this title. The Rock will do what he has to do. The Rock sent 140-pound Travis Scott down in the ring to get in the way and interfere with the referee. And this is the
What did you think of the tug of war with the belt?
Yeah, it was stupid. And then Cody's like, and then John Cena kicks him.
Yeah,
in
he
the
just
balls.
takes his eye off
It
Cena.
was so stupid.
It was pretty stupid. Pretty lame.
Yeah, it was lame. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. This was not a good main event at WrestleMania from a lot of different angles. And we didn't have, maybe if The Rock showed up and The Rock came down instead of Travis Scott, the way they did it, John Cena basically beat Cody Rhodes head up. Mm-hmm. John Cena hasn't won a singles match in 7 years. Everybody out there understand that?
Well, now he has.
John Cena has not won a singles match in 7 years until last night. Now, me as a wrestling fan, I want that buildup. I want to believe that it is real. You got to do a better job. I go to a circus. I go to a sideshow. I can go to a comedy club. You know, if I want to see something magic or something. Come on.
Father, I hear what you're saying. Your complaints, your frustrations, they are valid. I think for me, just because I'm excited to see Cena as a champion, I'm able to look past all of the negativity that was around the main event. I hear you. There was definitely frustrations, not a whole lot of star power, but what do you think? Do you agree with Tony the Father? Do you disagree? Did you like the main event? Did you hate it? We want to hear all about your takes on the main event of WrestleMania 41 in the comments below. Tony, if you had one word to describe that main event, what would it be?
Propaganda. That's all it was. It was propaganda from Endeavor, from Triple H. They want you to believe something. They're trying to, put something over, pull the wool over your eyes. So they say that John Cena, he said all along he's here to ruin wrestling, right?
That's
well,
the
they're doing a good job, but I got an idea how they can even make it better.
How?
I think Travis Scott should kick John Cena in the balls during a match. They should have a match, and they should put the title on Travis Scott. And then, I can't wait for this, at SummerSlam, Travis Scott, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, a triple threat, and Travis Scott pins them both. That would be wonderful. Why don't we do that? And we can build it up, and Travis Scott will sell his soul to The Rock, and this one will sell his soul, and everybody in the crowd will go crazy for Travis Scott. They'll come out, and they'll sing and dance. It'll be so good.
Thank you guys for watching It's Real to Us. I'm Anthony the Mark.
And I'm Tony the Father, and I am sick of this.
And we'll see you next time.